notebooks. Pay attention. Don't do anything else other than writing this down and paying attention. So today's date is 3-15-21. And today we're going to talk about unit rate, which you did in 6th grade. And in 7th grade, it's called proportional relationships. Day 1. Okay, so we're going to talk about unit rate, proportional relationships. All right. Just the most important thing is just stay with me. Try not to get distracted. There's a lot of things that's going to happen today. So just stay with me and write this down. You have nothing else to do but to write this down. All right. So we're going to start off with this word problem. Number 1. The cost of 3 bags of chips is $4.20. All right. You go to the corner store, you buy yourself 3 bags of chips, cost $4.20. But my question is, what is the cost of 1 bag? Okay. So you go, you buy 3 bags of chips, you come back and your brother's like, hey, I'll pay you back. How much did you pay? And you're being a good sport. So you're not going to, increase the price. You're just going to, give it to him, sell it to him for the price that you paid. Okay. But you have to figure out, well, how much did you pay for each bag, right? How much did you pay for each bag? All right. So the first step you have to do, is you're going to divide. Okay, you're going to divide. Old school division. Which number goes inside? The 3 or the 420? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. In the next problem, I'll tell you how to figure it out. So in this problem, the $4.20 goes inside and the number 3 goes outside because we're trying to find the cost of 1 bag. Now, if you're going to use a calculator, which by all means you can, when your problem is written like this, how does that translate to the calculator, right? Here's how you do it. The number that's inside of the division box, will be typed in first into your calculator. So 4.2, then hit divide by 3, okay? So that's my answer. So again, if you're going to use a calculator, you plug in the inside number first, divided by 3, gives you 1.4. If you're going to do it on paper, which is perfectly fine, we're going to both get the same answer. Okay, $1.40. What does that mean? That means that 1 bag costs $1.40. Okay, that is what we call in 6th grade. So step number 2, in 6th grade, we call it the unit rate. In 7th grade, we get all fancy in 7th grade. We get all fancy. And we don't call it unit rate. That's so 6th grade. We actually call it constant of proportionality. Okay, so we're, 7th graders now. So we don't call it unit rate. It's too simple. Let's complicate it by calling it constant of proportionality. They mean the same thing, okay? But when you're dealing with 7th grade math, they won't call it unit rate, or they might, but they're mostly going to call it constant of proportionality. And you're sitting there going like, what in the world just happened? How is this what? Constant of proportionality. It's okay, dude. The constant of proportionality is what you already solved for in number 1. So the constant of proportionality is $1.40 per bag. Okay, so the unit rate, the constant of proportionality is $1.40. We can say per bag. So you're going to charge me $1.40 per bag. Okay, so that's what we're solving for. We're solving for 1 bag. How do we solve for it? We divide. when we get our answer, whatever our answer is called the constant of proportionality. Now, those words might scare you today. In a couple of days from now, you'll read them, you'll see them, you'll be like, oh, that's nothing to be scared of. This just means unit rate. Whatever my answer is, we just call it the constant of proportionality. So don't get too scared for the vocabulary. You'll get comfortable with it. It looks scary. It looked scary to me when I first read it. I was like, what? Okay, today, step number 3. You're going to do a table, okay? So we're going to draw our basic XY table. So let's start off by creating this. This may be the first time you've ever created a table. This might be like, oh, I've created these tables. Sometimes the tables look like this. I'll draw it on my side notebook. Sometimes the tables, so this will be your X and this will be your Y. Sometimes the tables go like this. They look like a T, and sometimes they're horizontal. I'm going to start off with the horizontal table, and then later on we'll switch over to a vertical table. They're the same. Maybe you've done a table like this. Maybe you've done a table like this. You know, both are the same. Okay. Now, this is the number one mistake I saw with period 1. Okay. We have to label what X and Y is. This is the number one mistake I saw kids do, and this is probably the number one thing when we get into breakout rooms. This is probably the number one thing we have to make sure we check is the labeling of X and Y. Some would be like, does it matter, Miss Lamont? Yes, it does. It does. It does. Okay, so your X goes on top, and your X has to be what I call, which makes no sense to you right now because I just made this up, the one of something. Okay, it makes no sense to you right now, but it will in hopefully the next problem. So your X is the one of something. What are you solving one of? What's the one of something? What are we solving for one of in this problem? Are we solving for $1 or one bag? What are we solving for? $1 or one bag?
One bag.
Thank you, Christian. You're solving for one bag. It's right here, right? One bag. So whatever you're solving for, one bag or $1, you're going to label that right here. One. So X represents bag because it's one of something. One of something because I call it something because each problem it changes. This problem it's one bag. Next problem it's like one pizza, one taco, 1 minute, right? So the X is whatever you're solving one of. Are you solving for one bag? Yes. Are we solving for $1? No. So the Y is your money. It's the other thing you're talking about. So in this problem, we're talking about bags and money. Those are the two things that have numbers associated with, right? 3 bags, $4.20. So when we come here with the table, this is the hardest part of today's lesson, is labeling what's your X, what's your Y. And it does make a difference. And there's one way to do it, and there's a correct way. So the top number is the one of something. Oh, one bag. I'm solving for one bag. I guess I know I'm repeating myself 5 million times, but I need it to stick. Whatever the one is, that goes on top. The number one mistake I saw going through my group's first period is they were labeling this wrong. This was correct. The numbers were correct, but this was wrong, which makes technically everything wrong. So don't ignore it. Okay, if you get a table like this and you get to fill out the numbers, do yourself a favor and fill them out with 0, 1, 2, 3, let's do 4. Okay? If you get to choose the numbers, you want to do yourself a favor and choose 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Trust me. If you're going to fill in the table, you fill it out 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? Got it? Good. Okay. So, here we go. If I go to the store and I buy 0 bags of chips, 0 bags, how much money am I going to spend on bags of chips if I buy 0 bags?
Nothing.
Exactly. So here I go. I fill it in. 0 bags is 0 money. I'm not going to spend anything. What if I buy one bag of chips? How much money is that? What is one bags of chips gonna cost me?
140
Yep, so we're gonna plug that in. $1.
plus tax.
Nah, taxes included. Taxes included.
Um,
Okay, so one bag is $1.40. What about two bags? How much is two bags gonna cost me?
let's see. $2.80. 280.
Yes, okay. How did we get that? Did you just add another $1.40? Is that what you guys did?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
from here to here, you would just add $1.40, right? And that gives you $2.80. What's three bags? Guess what? It's in your problem. What does three bags cost? Well, that went quiet real fast. How much does three bags cost?
$3.20.
Yes,
$3.20.
right here. It's in the problem. Three bags is $4.20. $4.20. Or you could have just added another $1.40. All right, how much does four bags cost? Add another $1.40. You can go on the side and go, okay, $4.20 plus $1.40. You can use a calculator. 560, right? Whoops, I can't write today. $5.60. So this table shows us different options. If you buy one bag, it's $1.40. If you buy two bags, it's $2.80. If you buy three bags, it's $4.20. If you buy four bags, it's $5.60. And we can continue going on forever, right? We can go up to like 100 bags. How much is 100 bags going to cost me? Okay. How do we fill in these bottom numbers? We just keep adding our constant and proportionality. So whatever number you get here, you're just going to keep adding it. And that's it. How did I get the top numbers? Oh, you're just going to write 0 through 4. That's just standard. Just write those numbers down. Sometimes they give you the numbers. If you get to choose, just choose the first couple of numbers. Start with 0 though. Okay. Now, this is a little different. What I want you to do is I want you to skip some space before you write down the second problem. So leave some space. I'm not done with this problem, but we're not going to do this until maybe Wednesday or Thursday, in which we have to graph it and we have to write equations and all this other stuff. But for now, for today, we're good. So leave some space because we're going to go back to it on a different day. Leave some space. I'm actually going to leave some space as well. All right, now let's do problem number 2. Now I'm going to say problem number 2 is easier. I should have started with problem number 2, but I kind of forgot. All right, problem number 2. The cost of 5 cereal boxes is $10. What is the cost of one box?
$2.
Yes. Okay. So again, I said like the math is going to be a lot easier for this one. So first thing you have to do is divide. Now, you know how I told you on the first problem, which number goes inside, which number goes outside? Right now, I'm going to show you the way to do it like for any problem. When you divide, you're going to put whatever X is outside and whatever Y is inside. That's how you can tell. Because sometimes the bigger number goes outside and the small number goes inside, which is usually not something your elementary school teacher told you. Your elementary school teacher told you, put the big number inside. And you're like, yeah. But it changes in 7th grade. All of that changes in 7th grade. This, remember, X is always the one of something. One of something. So in here, what are we solving for one of? One what? What are we solving for one of? Are we solving for $1 or one box?
1 box.
1 box. So
wait, Miss O'Malley, what is the cost of just one cereal box?
yes.
$2. Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
So what is the cost of one? This is spelled one. I'm sorry for my messy writing. 1 box. So because it says 1 box, that becomes your X. Your X is the one of something. Is it 1 minute, $1, 1 box, one what? 1 row, 1 car. So because that's my X, so therefore 5, because 5 represents my boxes, goes outside, and 10, which is my money, goes inside. Now I just totally complicated it for you, but when they're harder problems, figuring out which number goes inside and outside is the hardest part. Not for this problem, but for others. So we divide and we do get 10. Now, step number 2, that is called your unit rate. Or in 7th grade, we call it the constant of proportionality. Proportionality. And what it is, it's $2 per box. That is my constant of proportionality. $2 per box. Cool. So now let's create a table. So this is number 2, so this is number 3, the table. You start off by drawing your table. We have X, we have Y. That's your standard table. And in my class, and actually in all your classes, all your math classes, you're going to be asked to label, which is the number 1 mistake kids do. Because they'll do this fine, they'll do the math fine, but they'll label this wrong, which makes, in my opinion, everything wrong because none of the numbers stand for the correct thing. So your X is the 1 of something, right? Well, the 1 of something, there it is. We've already kind of figured out the 1 of something. The 1 of something here is the boxes. So therefore, boxes goes on top because that's what we're trying to find, 1 of something. We're trying to find 1 cost of a box. 1 box. 1 box. And then the other part was your money. So that one goes on the bottom. Money. You look. Oh, I know why. Okay. Why is everybody late? All right. So if you have an empty table, your top numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, hardest question of the day. If I bought 0 boxes, how much is 0 boxes going to cost me?
Oh, that is really hard, Miss O'Malley.
I know.
That's the hardest question I've ever heard.
I know, Jason.
I have to process that.
I'll give you some thinking time.
Yeah, I need that because it's too hard for me.
I know. And that's why no one else is responding as well. This math is too hard for everybody. 0 boxes.
Yes.
Is $0.
I'm gonna guess 0.
Are you sure? Bet $100 on that?
Oh, actually, you are right. It might be 2.
No, don't say 2 because some kids actually do think it's 2. So 0 boxes.
Oh
is
no,
$0.
then.
Yeah. So what is the cost of 1 box?
$2.
$2. Whatever your answer is to when you divide, the constant of proportionality, that always goes underneath the 1. All right, 2 boxes. How much is 2 boxes going to cost me?
4.
3 boxes?
4.
3
3. That's 6.
6. 4 boxes?
8.
8. Yeah, and you should have noticed that here we are going by 2, right? Because that's our unit rate.
Oh, Miss I found I remember that you were talking about since we're talking about cereal boxes, I decided to look up how much is a normal cereal, And the first thing that comes up, there's a Lucky Charms box that's sold at Walmart, and it's going for $2.98 through 118 and 93 cents.
I'll take that one.
So you're basically paying $100 for. Yeah, I'll take the 118.
Right.
$118.90. Yeah, and it's a large size. It's not like you can get it for like $6.
Right, and it'll never go stale. I'll stay fresh forever. Okay,
Yeah.
so recap. We're finding the one cost of one box, so we divide. This is how it's always set up. X is outside, Y is inside. So we set it up. We solve for the unit rate of $2. We create a table. The blue numbers, the top numbers, we put those numbers in. It's always 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, always, if you're creating it. Then the bottom numbers you got to solve for. You got to ask yourself, okay, one box is $2, two boxes is $4, three, so on and so forth. How do I get $2? Because that's what we solved for. The number one thing we're going to be checking when we're in groups is, did you label these correctly? Okay, because some people will flip it and they'll put money on top. So I'm like, okay, for $1, I can get 2 boxes for $1. And then you're like, well, no. Okay, we're going to do one more. Leave this space blank. Leave some space. We're not done with this problem. We're going to come back to it in a couple of days. So we're going to leave this space. Turn the page. Okay. I can make 25 cupcakes in 5 minutes. Like, I guess I should not say make, decorate. I can decorate. Oof, I'm like the best at decorating cakes. Oof, my goodness. I'm really not. Okay. How many can I make per minute? Okay. Does anybody know what the word per means? How many are we talking about when we say per minute? How many minutes am I talking about when I say per minute? How many is that? How many? It says per minute. So how many is per minute stand for?
Wait, is it you can make 125 cupcakes?
How many can I make per minute? So per means 1 minute. So when you read the word per, it means one. The word per in math means two things, one of which is one. One. Okay? All right. So we're talking about cupcakes and we're talking about minutes, right? So when you divide, okay, that's your first step. The number that goes outside is the one of something. So what's the one that we're trying to find? Oh, we're trying to find 1 minute, right? So therefore, this number outside has to be the minute, okay? So which number represents minutes, 5 or 25? Which number represents the minutes, 5 or 25?
5.
Thank you. So the 5 goes outside, so therefore 25 goes inside. So that means this is going to be your X, and 25, which is your cupcakes, is going to be your Y. All right. So what's 25 divided by 5? That one should be easy. 25 divided by 5?
5.
5. Thank you. So that means that your step number 2, constant of proportionality is equal to 5 cupcakes per minute. Okay, that's our constant of proportionality. Our constant of proportionality means I can make 5 cupcakes per minute. I'm pretty fast. I can decorate 5 cupcakes per minute. Man, that's really fast. Imagine. That's pretty good. Pretty talented. All right, now we're going to create a table. Top number is your X, bottom number is your Y. Now, number one thing is what is X, what's Y? So what does X represent in our problem? Does it represent money? Does it represent cupcakes or minutes? Cupcakes or minutes? What is X? It's whatever the 1 is. So here we're saying 1 minute. So X is your minutes. Your Y, which we labeled it up here, is your cupcakes. Okay? So I told you here, this minutes is your X, so we're going to label it here. This is the number one mistake kids do, is they don't label these correctly. All right. These numbers on top, your X will always be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Always. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I have 0 minutes time, I have 0 minutes. Well, how many cupcakes can I do in 0 minutes?
That's confusing again.
I'm sorry. I give you no time.
This is like a high school math, basically, what you're giving us.
Well, you know what? If you just walked in and you looked at my screen and you look at all the stuff we're doing, you're gonna be like, yeah, that's high school math. If you've been with me this whole time, you realize like it looks really hard. It looks like a lot of work. Looks super confusing, but it's not terrible. Okay, so 0 minutes. Dude, you can't do anything.
0 cupcakes.
0 cupcakes. But what if I set the timer for 1 minute? Start. How many cupcakes can we decorate in 1 minute?
One.
No.
5.
5. Constant of proportionality. 1 minute, this means 5 cupcakes per minute. So that means I can do 5 cupcakes in 1 minute. I'm super fast. What if you give me 2 minutes? How many cupcakes can I make? 2. What?
10.
10. What if you give me 3 minutes? How many can I crank out?
15.
15. What if you give me 4 minutes?
20.
Done. Got it?
Yes. Understood.
All right. So whatever your answer is here, you're going to plug it in right below the 1. You're multiplying by 5. Exactly. So from here to here, we're just multiplying. You're just multiplying this top number by 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20. So from here to here, we're multiplying by 5. From here to here, we're adding 5. So it depends on how you want to look at it. From top to bottom, we're multiplying by 5. Going this way, we're adding 5. Woo! All right, that only took